Jay Gurudev, how does one learn to accept help and guidance as Nash eventually did? Gurudev often says surrender is not weakness, it's intelligence. Nash initially rejected therapy and support, thinking it made him less capable. Many resist help due to ego. In Art of Living, surrender is understood not as giving up but as letting go of resistance. Sudarshan Kriya breaks mental rigidity and brings openness. Satsang connects us to supportive community. Reading Gurudev's books opens one to humility and grace. When the intellect learns to bow, transformation happens and begins. Just like Nash finally accepted help from friends, a seeker grows by honoring the role of the Guru and Sangha or spiritual community. How can surrender to the divine help in healing the mind? Gurudev teaches surrender is dropping the I, then healing flows. Nash fought his mind fiercely. The more he resisted, the worse it got. Through Art of Living, we learn surrender is not passive, it's powerful. Sudarshan Kriya calms the nervous system, helping one stop the internal battle. In pujas and homas, one offers the ego into the fire. Meditation allows divine intelligence to take over. Gurudev's knowledge reveals that when control is dropped, clarity emerges. Surrender doesn't mean inaction, it means trusting the bigger plan. Healing is no longer a personal effort but a divine unfolding. How can one live with hallucinations or drama without being defined by them? Jagadev, as Gurudev compassionately says, the key is untouched. The sky is untouched by the clouds. So are you. Nash learned to acknowledge his hallucinations but not act on them. Similarly, we all carry some mental impressions or trauma. In Art of Living, we work not to suppress but to transcend. Sudarshan Kriya and Seva raise our prana, which gives emotional resilience. Gurudev teaches that you are not your thoughts. The self is deeper than any experience. Through consistent sadhana and wisdom, we create a gap between us and our disturbances. Like Nash, we learn to live fully even if the clouds still come. How does Art of Living approach mental health in a holistic way? Art of Living approaches mental wellness on five levels: breath, body, mind, emotions, and spirit. Nash's story shows that medications alone may not suffice. Gurudev was always advocated integrating lifestyle, breath work, and purpose. Sudarshan Kriya has been scientifically proven to reduce depression, anxiety, and PTSD. Meditation and satsang uplift the spirit. Seva gives the mind direction beyond itself. While pujas clear energetic blocks, Gurudev's wisdom balances emotional sensitivity with intellectual sharpness. Healing is not just about fixing the mind, it's about realizing the self. That's true mental health, inner freedom, and balance. How can pranayama technique help one with anxiety like Nash experience? Gurudev says breath is the key to the mind. Anxiety like Nash's paranoia stems from erratic breath and high stress. Pranayama stabilizes the nervous system instantly. Nadi Shodhan pranayama balances the left and right brain. Vastrika energizes and expels suppressed emotions, while Kapalbhati clears mental fog. Practicing these regularly lowers cortisol and improves clarity. In the Art of Living workshops, thousands have reported reduced anxiety. Pranayama is not a pill, it's a daily tool. Gurudev often reminds the mind follows the breath, change your breath and change your life changes. How does satsang uplift someone dealing with the internal darkness? Gurudev lovingly says music and company can heal what words cannot. Satsang or spiritual gathering with music is pure energy medicine. For someone like Nash, trapped in the mind, joyful, singing, others release. The rhythm, clapping, and mantras lift emotions. Being among seekers breaks isolation in many AOL centers. Satsang has helped people rise from depression, Gurudev explains. Sound has the power to transform when inner noise gets too loud. Divine sound silences it. Darkness cannot stand where there is song, devotion, and lightheartedness. Satsang makes you forget yourself and remember yourself. How does Padma Sadhana support the body and mind for mental clarity? Gurudev has given Padma Sadhana to integrate yoga, breath, and subtle energy for someone like Nash, whose mind was overactive. Grounding the body is essential. Padmasana strengthens the body while calming the mind. It uses specific asanas, mudras, and awareness to release emotional blocks. Practicing before Sudarshan Kriya prepares one for deeper cleansing. Gurudev says the lotus blooms in still water. Similarly, Padmasana prepares the inner stillness from which clarity arises. People feel lighter, more balanced, and focused. It's an ancient tool for modern minds. How does Seva help transcend mental suffering and obsession? Gurudev states when the I dissolves in service, suffering disappears. Nash was trapped in self-referential thought. Seva or selfless service shifts the focus outward. When one contributes to others, teaching, helping, listening, the mind finds purpose beyond itself. In Art of Living, many who suffered from anxiety or depression found joy through seva. It breaks ego loops and brings connection. Gurudev emphasizes doing even small tasks as seva, whether cleaning, organizing, or teaching. The joy of giving dissolves heaviness, as Nash eventually taught and contributed. He found peace. That's the alchemy of seva. How does Upanayanam ritual empower the spiritual intellect? Upanayanam or sacred thread ceremony symbolizes entry into disciplined spiritual life. Gurudev has reintroduced this for youth and adults alike, not just as tradition, but transformation. For someone like Nash, rooted in intellectualism, this rite opens intuitive knowledge. It aligns the mind to the Gayatri Mantra, invoking divine wisdom. Gurudev explains the deeper symbolism, the thread, the discipline, the mantra all activate spiritual intelligence. Practicing Sandhya Vandanam or daily mantras and prayers aligns in a rhythm. Many who undergo Upanayam report sharper intellect, stronger intuition, and deeper calm. It's a blessing that refines thinking and elevates purpose. How does Shakti Kriya help in managing overwhelming emotional surges? Gurudev created Shakti Kriya to tap into the infinite pranic reservoir. For someone like Nash, whose emotions become overwhelming, Shakti Kriya balances the nadis or energy channels on a deep level. Unlike regular breath work, it's advanced and taught in sacred settings. It reduces fear, doubt, and emotional overload. Practitioners often feel more anchored and aware of the present. Gurudev says, when energy is high, emotions stabilize. Shakti Kriya restores emotional equilibrium and renews the energy from within. It empowers you to experience intensity without losing balance, a skill essential for both seekers and scientists. How does the practice of Trikal Sandhya cultivate discipline and mental strength? Gurudev emphasizes that Trikal Sandhya prayers at dawn, noon, and dusk cultivates consistency and mindfulness. Nash's battle with schizophrenia required immense mental discipline, which he developed over time. Regular prayer routines anchor the mind in the present and build resilience. The rhythmic practice quiets internal chatter and aligns one's energy cycles with nature. Gurudev teaches that such clarity and daily rituals develop inner strength without strain, creating a protective mental shield. Trikal Sandhya helps transform restless minds into calm, observant ones, much like Nash's eventual acceptance and mental clarity through consistent inner practice. How does Sanyam Sadhana of level 1 and level 2 help control wandering thoughts and enhance focus? Sanyam Sadhana of level 1 and level 2 is about mastery over senses and mind. Nash's life illustrates how uncontrolled thoughts can lead to chaos. Gurudev's teachings on Sanyam show that instead of resisting thoughts, one learns to observe them without reaction. Meditation and pranayama form the basis of this. Sudarshan Kriya cleanses the mental field, making it easier to concentrate. Over time, Sanyam leads to effortless focus, enabling one to engage deeply with work or study. It's a practice of cultivating equanimity, a state Nash moved toward in his later years. How can wisdom from Gurudev's books help those struggling with self doubt? Gurudev's writings repeatedly stress that self doubt is an illusion created by the mind's conditioning. Nash struggled with self doubt disguised as paranoia. His story teaches that knowledge alone isn't enough, it needs to be integrated. Gurudev's books provide a practical wisdom and stories that inspire self trust. They encourage daily practice of silence, affirmations, and breath work, which rewires the subconscious with the consistent practice. Self doubt weakens and confidence blooms. The teachings remind us that the divine spark within is always perfect. Self doubt only obscures it temporarily. How do homas and pujas aid in creating a protective, energetic space? Homas and pujas, as explained by Gurudev, are sacred fire rituals that purify the environment and the mind. Nash's inner world was chaotic and overwhelming. Participating in these rituals creates a subtle shield, calming the subconscious. The fire represents transformation, the destruction of negativity and ego. Chanting mantras during these ceremonies raises vibration. Participants often report a sense of peace and protection that lasts beyond the ritual. This